think it will thrill you. It may shock you. It might even horrify you. So if any of you feel that you do not care to subject your nerves to such a strain, now is your chance to, well, we've warned you.
Hey guys, welcome to Happy Wax TV. So doing a movie review tonight, okay? So I'm doing this one by myself. And let me just give you a quick little background on how I judge movies and this sort of stuff and you know, trailers and all that sort of jazz. So I never went to film school or any of that sort of stuff. You know, if you watch a lot of the bigger, you know, movie and trailer review guys, a lot of them have backgrounds in film and stuff of that nature, and they talk about all this technical crap and shit like that. But when I've never gone to film school, all right? I'm 48 years old. I've been watching horror movies since I was 10. So I've got 38 years of experience, and I just kind of go with my gut feeling and, you know, what I like and what I don't like. I have a good, awesome core group of subscribers, whether it's the new guys on this channel or on my old channel, which got taken down. And I think I was up, I don't know how many thousands of subscribers I had on my old channel, but we're rebuilding and that's awesome. But if you know, from my old channel to my new channel, if there's one thing I don't do, and the subscribers know this who've been following me, is I don't lie and I don't bullshit. And if I don't like something, then I will say it. All right, so that being said, I get a lot of people sending me trailers, whether it's of their movies or it's movies, you know, trailers that they've seen and they want me to talk about it, and that's cool. You know what I mean? I usually handpick the trailers that I talk about because I really don't like, you know, saying bad things about trailers, because I really think you need to see the movie in order to give you an honest opinion. And I mean, trailers, a lot of times they take the best parts of the movie and put it in there if they're trying to sell it and yada yada. And you know what I mean? So I can get a good sense of whether I like something even before I see it, just with the stills and the background and just stuff like that. So a lot of trailers I get that are shit, I don't even talk about, because I don't want to slag on a movie before I even see it. It's not fair. And then when you do see the movie, well, then the floodgates are open. So if it's a good movie, I'll say it's a good movie. And if it's a piece of shit, then look out, because I'll rip it right apart, which I have, okay? So when I get directors such as Mr. Todd Jenkins, who sent me his trailer over Cherokee Creek, I saw the trailer, okay, and I enjoyed it, but and he didn't, in the trailer that I got sent, I mean, he really didn't show a whole lot, okay? So I enjoyed the trailer and I said I liked it, which I did, because if I didn't like it, I wouldn't have said it. So then he you know, and he's relentless. He really is. I mean, Todd, you are awesome at pushing your movies and trying to sell them. And I mean, that's fantastic. And so anyways, long story short, he sent me over a screener copy of his movie that just played in Dallas. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, this is awesome that this guy, you know, wants me to review his movie. Never having met me, I'm assuming he's just watched my channel. Hopefully he enjoys it. And now he's giving me his movie to watch and review it. And I'm thinking, holy fuck. You know what I mean? Like the whole time, you know, I'm thinking about this, you know, and I'm going back to his trailer and I'm like, God, his trailer was great, but it didn't really show anything. And I wondered, you know, lack of budget or you know, or is he just that smart? You know what I mean? That he just doesn't want to give anything away. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, when they push their movies through their trailer, I mean, they show, you know, a lot. But not Todd. He hardly showed anything. You know what I mean? And it made me wonder in the back of my head. And I thought, okay, I got to review this because he's really pushing it, and that's awesome. I love it. I'm like, but what if I don't like it? What if I don't like his movie? And he's such a nice fucking guy. You know what I mean? And you go on his Facebook page and you see him in interviews, and he's just upbeat, and he's fucking, you know what I mean? And I'm thinking, God, like here I am, you know, trying to build this channel back up, you know, and he's pumping me on his Facebook page, and he's texting me every day, you know, did you get it? Did it work? You know, everything's cool and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, man, yeah. And I'm like, what if I don't like this movie? You know what I mean? Like, how the fuck do I go about this? Well, let me just put that to bed. Rest assured, I fucking loved this movie. I did. And I'll tell you, I think I said this earlier, I'm 48 years old. I've been watching horror movies for 38 fucking years. I don't have a background in film school or any of that shit. I just know what I like and I know what I don't like. And I fucking loved this movie. I'm gonna tell, okay, so he sent me this movie to watch, and he says, please don't give any spoilers. So, okay, I'll do my very best to not give spoilers, because God knows if you watch my other movie reviews that I've done with Axemaster, I fucking ramble, and it's like I give spoilers like no tomorrow, which is probably asshole-ish on my part, and I don't mean to. So, but we try and give you a warning, but I will not do it for this, so bear with me. I've never done a real trailer review of a movie review of a movie I've liked and not really talked about it, like what's going on, because this is kind of a movie where, I mean, honestly, the less you know, the better. And again, going back to his trailer, I mean, the trailer is subpar, okay? Because he doesn't show anything. And now I know why. Because this is the movie where the less you know going into it, the better, okay? Now, this is a lower budgeted movie. That's not, you know, I'm not going to blow it up and say but it is a low budget movie, okay? But my God, this movie it made me laugh out loud in so many fucking scenes. Like, in the acting, okay, so, see, I'm already rambling. But I got to tell you, like, I have seen thousands and thousands and thousands of movies, and a movie that actually hits home with me is one where it hits a nerve, you know what I mean? Where it makes me laugh out loud, and I can relate to these fucking guys. And I can. And the thing about this movie is, you can tell, especially in low-budgeted movies, where you have actors and actresses, that aren't like A-listers, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna be honest. And you can tell if they're just punching a fucking stub for a paycheck, and just not here. This is not the case. I mean, this movie is fun to watch, and the big reason it's fun to watch is because the actors and actresses in this movie just look like they're having a good fucking time. It's almost like how, if I was to take a camera and a bunch of my buddies out into the bush and just film, and you're just there because you love what you're doing. And that's exactly what these guys do. I knew the movie was going to be fantastic from the opening scene when, and this is no spoilers, but I'm assuming they did this little edit for when it played in Dallas, where they're dressed up as burglars, or kidnappers, sorry, Billy Blair and then Todd. And they're, pointing guns at the camera and saying, if you talk or your cell phones, we're going to fucking kick you. Like, that had me laughing out loud. And then the movie started. And again, I can't really say much about the movie, but I mean, if you love 80s style horror movies, this thing has everything in it. I mean, it's got it's got boobs in it. It's got full frontal nudity. It's got gore, I mean, again, I don't want to give any spoilers, but I mean, I am going to say this, because it's a horror movie, so we know people are going to get killed. But there's a head-crushing scene in here that would rival anything I've seen on the big screen, big budget. I mean, this thing is fucking killer. It's got great practical effects, but the one thing I did like about this is the fucking dialogue. I mean, okay, so if you have a lower budgeted movie, and this happens, and this is what I was worried about, because when you get these lower budgeted movies and they try and put dialogue, a lot of time it fails because the actors are, like I said, are just punching it in, you know what I mean? Or it looks like they're reading fucking cue cards, or, I mean, these guys, I don't know if they were ad-libbing a lot of the lines or what, but however they did it with Todd's direction was fucking spot on the money, because I was enthralled, and I don't usually laugh out loud, you know what I mean? But I was laughing a lot when I was watching this movie, and not in the bad way. I mean, these guys, like, they hit a out of the park, really, because the acting is spot on, and the comedic side of this movie is fucking awesome. And this just looked like a bunch of guys that went out and had a good time, and just set a couple cameras up in the trees, and it was just their conversations, you know what I mean? But it's not only that, though. I mean, there's so much over the top here with, what you can and can't do in the forest if there's a Bigfoot. And again, I can't say what it is because it'll just give it away, because there's a lot of this movie where they want to go for over the top or shock value. So, and I don't want to give any of it away. So I don't know, man. I loved this movie. And the other thing too that had me worried is as much as I love all genres of horror, one that really hits home for me are Bigfoot movies, because I love Bigfoot movies. There's not a lot of good ones out there. You know what I mean? Like just recently, Primal Rage comes to mind. Exist is my favorite Bigfoot movie of all time. And that's kind of what I gauge all my Bigfoot movies. And then Big Legend that just came out. And I mean, those are 3 movies in the last year or year and a half, I guess 2 years, that have just killed it. And when I saw this, and before I saw it, when he sent me the movie, and I'm thinking, fuck, this is a Bigfoot movie. Like, you know, I'm usually hard on these movies because there's so many shitty ones out there. But I got to tell you, honestly, and I'm not just saying this because, you know, Todd's a great guy, and when I talk to him and stuff, but this is in my top 5 favorite Bigfoot movies of all time. And it's not because of the Bigfoot, because his scenes are fucking awesome and he kills it. But I'll tell you, man, just the dialogue that these guys have is fucking hilarious. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know how long this movie took to make. And again, when I say low budget, I honestly don't know what the budget is, but you know, it's I'm sure it had a half decent budget, but it's not some fucking crazy budget like you would expect. And I mean, he used every penny of this and pulled this movie off. Like even the editing. Now, the only thing bad that I will say about this movie is it might be a tad bit too long. It's 2 hours long, and I thought to myself, well, actually, I'll tell you a funny story. When he emailed me the movie, I watched it without putting the movie in my Dropbox, and then you get the full movie. So I didn't realize that. So I'm watching this movie, and I was looking at the time with the, that came in the folder, and I was like, oh, it's only an hour long. I thought this was like a full-length movie. So anyways, I'm watching it, and it cut off at an hour, but it was like, they were at the camp and stuff. And again, I don't want to give too much away. And I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What just happened? How do I see the rest of this fucking movie? So I was all ready to fucking text Todd and say, dude, you only sent me like an hour's worth of your movie. I thought you were going to send the whole thing. And then it dawned on me being the stupid ass that I am, that you actually have to download the movie into your Dropbox, and then the entire movie's there for you. And I was like, oh, fucking thank God. Because I was so into this. You know what I mean? I just, again, a lot of movies I've watched, if they stop or if the stream breaks or something and they're shit movies, you're like, meh, whatever, I'll get to it. Dude, I was 2 a.m, I was watching this movie, and I was tired when I put it in, and I fucking woke right up because it was that fucking good. And when it ended at the 1 hour mark, I was like, what the fuck? What am I doing? I gotta see this thing. Like, what the fuck? So then I read the rest of his email there. And anyways, long story short, put it in my Dropbox, downloaded it, and I got to watch the rest of the fucking movie. And goddamn, am I glad I did. This thing fucking kills it. But again, it's sad to say that I can't give any spoilers. But I really can't tell you much about the movie, if anything, because it's just, it's shock value, man. And the dialogue is great. These guys fucking kill it. Even the people that are in it. Billy Blair kicks it. He's him and Todd Jenkins are the star. You know what? And who else is in this? James Yeager, Terry Dale Parks, Nellie Scuto. I hope I said your name right. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's butchering names. So if I butcher your name, I apologize. But Justin Armstrong, Teresa Mark, obviously Todd Jenkins, Justin Duncan, CJ Lewis is in this. Who else? Olivia Sabini, Steve Mokate. It's just, a lot of these names I didn't recognize, but when I did research on them and some of the movies they've been in, I'm like, fuck, these guys are like actors. You know what I mean? So, but and it shows, because the dialogue scenes in this movie, and there are a lot of dialogue scenes, but they're not boring, and they're funny as fuck. And Todd Jenkins, good for you. Okay, he knows what I'm talking about. Good for you for pulling off what you did. And man, I was thinking to myself, that's fucking awesome, because that is like an 80s style right there. And I don't want to say anything more about it, but good for you, Todd, for putting that much fucking heart and soul into your movie, that you would do what you did on screen. And it was just awesome. And the creature, I can't show pictures of it, but I can tell you, man, for the budget they had, this creature is fucking amazing. And I don't know who, I think it was the guy that played Brick. I think I read in the final credits there that he also played the Bigfoot. Man, he's fucking huge. So I don't know if they Michael Clark Duncan'd him and stood him on a fucking box to make him look a little taller, but there's a couple scenes here where he's standing next to the guys, and this guy's a fucking giant. So, I mean, good for you for getting a massively huge guy to play Bigfoot, because he killed it. So, I don't know, guys. Okay, so I just wish we could see this movie, or you guys could see this movie. I'm going to tell you straight up right now, like, everybody I know and all my friends are going to be at my house this weekend watching this movie with me. Now, they're all going to promise not to say anything about it, or give, if they do post reviews on their social media, I'm going to make them promise not to give any spoilers. But I mean, I'm going to show this to my friends because I know they're going to fucking love it. So, and this is definitely a movie I'm going to watch multiple times, and I am going to buy it when it does eventually come out on DVD and Blu-ray. And I have no doubt that, I mean, Todd's not, I don't think he's going to send this into a lot of festivals, but I have no doubt that this movie is going to get picked up by somebody. It's just going to be a shame that if it gets hacked down, you know what I mean? Because there are some over-the-top kind of crazy, shocking scenes in this. So, but hopefully it doesn't get touched. They just give like a director's cut, because that's the version you need to see if it does come on Blu-ray and DVD, is the director's cut. So, whew, anyways, okay. So I hope I did it justice by not giving any spoilers. Normally I ramble and I like to give different scenes away and stuff, but I did my best not to do it. But I am gonna say, if you get a chance to see this movie, if it comes to a theater, or if he does put it in a festival near you, do yourself a favor and go see this fucking movie, because it is fucking crazy. And if you love kind of campy, over the top 80s kind of, horror movies, this is the one for you. And it even has Bigfoot in it. So I don't know. I love this fucking movie. So I'm going to keep bugging Todd, for when it's going to play elsewhere. And I'll leave a link to his page in the description box, so make sure you click on it and go over there and say hi. It's just a shame that you haven't seen this movie yet. But again, when he posts where he's going to play it, I will let everyone know on my pages as well, because this is a movie that needs to be seen by every Bigfoot fan out there, because it is fucking killer. So anyways, movie's called Cherokee Creek. I fucking loved it. Yeah, I can't really say anything more than that, because I don't want to give spoilers. And this is definitely a movie, you don't want to know anything about this fucking movie before you go into it, because there's so many twists and turns, and it's craziness. It really is. So, and it's great. And to all the cast and crew that were involved in this, you guys fucking killed it. Man, oh man, I'm impressed. I seriously am. And it does take a lot to impress me, because again, I've been watching movies for almost 40 years. And I've seen it all. And I'll tell you guys fucking killed it. You really did. So anyways, movie's called Cherokee Creek. At least jump over and watch the trailer. I'll leave the link to that in the description box. Again, trailer doesn't give too much away, but that's what you want for this movie, because it's fucking crazy. So anyways, I guess let me know what you think of the trailer. And if you have seen this movie, if you were lucky enough to see it at one of his screenings, and you're watching this review, let me know what you think. So, because it is fucking awesome. So anyways, also, I just want to say thank you to all the new subscribers. I think we're at 600 now. So we're on our way back up to 1,000, 1,000 plus. And then once I do that, I'm going to start live streaming, and I want to start a podcast too. But I want to get to 1,000 subs first. So the faster we do that, the better. I think at the pace we're going right now, probably another 2 months, and we should be right around the 1,000 mark. So then there's some more big things that are going to happen for this channel. And again, if you, a lot of you seem to really be liking the Let's Talk Horror. So if you have any ideas or topics that you want us to talk about, just shoot me an email, or just message me on Facebook with your ideas. I post those episodes every Sunday and Tuesdays, and everything else I just throw out randomly when I get to it. So anyways, guys, okay, I'm rambling here and I've talked a lot. So movie's called Cherokee Creek. It's directed by Todd Jenkins. Nicely done, buddy, and your fucking movie's awesome. So anyways, comments down below, and as always, stay scared.